So I want to go to Sketch AR, exterior. It's going to want us to calibrate and initialize. Hey everybody, this is Andy with Patterson Adjuster Training. In this video, we're going to diagram and measure the front elevation on this house, and we're going to see if Xactimate Mobile or hand measuring is quicker and more accurate. So I'm going to have a timer on the screen, so I won't be able to move the camera around to get closer shots, but we'll start the timer on Xactimate Mobile and we'll start the timer on hand measuring. Okay, so we'll start with Xactimate Mobile. So I'm going to create a new project and we'll call this Mobile versus Hand Measure. And I'm just going to jump straight to sketch. And we're going to start. And so let's start the timer right now. So I want to go to Sketch AR, exterior. It's going to want us to calibrate and initialize. Try to go slow. Okay, next wall surface. Now I gotta go up. The last wall surface here. Now I'm gonna just carry this line straight out because that brick is up a little higher than it is under the porch, but I'm gonna go with kind of the height under the porch. Okay, now we're done with our exterior. Now we can get our doors, which we only have one. Which I'm sure is a 3 by 6/8 door. Now we'll do our windows. Looks like these are 3/6 windows. Kind of messed that one up. These windows are probably 2x3s. Do that. I want to do that one again. This looks like it's 2x3. So I'll just make these the same. It's kind of hard to hold your hand steady when you're trying to do this, especially if you had too much caffeine. Okay, so now we're gonna hit done, save, and there's our diagram. We can stop the timer. Okay, so that was Xactimate Mobile. So now we'll start the hand measuring. And remember, I've got to do my diagram and measurements. So we'll start the timer now. So I've got one of these AccuLines clipboards, which has the grooves inside of it. But I got this felt tip pen, and it doesn't really do well for these grooves. And this diagram isn't going to be to scale. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting the footprint of the house right now. And then I'm going to come back and drop in my measurements. Okay, let's go get our measurements. Now this ground is pretty level. I'm not going to measure this corner and that corner. Since I'm doing this by myself, I'm going to hook my tape onto this corner. That's 22.1. This is 3. Now we'll measure this corner. Forgot my windows. 2 by 3. 3 by 6. See, I should have got my measurements when I was already over there, That way I didn't have to backtrack. That's inefficient. This is the 36-inch door. So 3 foot by 6'8". And then I know the width on this window above the door is 36 by 1. And that's it. Done. Stop timer. Okay, I'm finished with my sketch, so I'm done, right? No, I'm not. Now I have to go plug this into Xactimate, so I'm still not done. Now, let's go to Xactimate and see which one is more accurate. Now, I think everybody will agree that Xactimate Mobile is much quicker because we're already done with our sketch, our diagram, and we're ready to start dropping line items into our estimate. The hand measuring method, I still have to go into Xactimate, build the sketch, and then I'm ready for line items. So it's going to take longer than Xactimate Mobile. Plus, as you saw, I have to carry a tool belt with me with a couple of tape measures. The elevation measurements were longer than my 35-foot tape measure, so I had to carry a 100-foot tape with me. I didn't use a laser tape just because, one, I don't have somebody on the other end to hold like my clipboard or something. Plus, when you're shooting that laser in the daytime, it's really difficult to even find it, even if you had somebody holding your clipboard or something at the other end. Now let's take a look at both of these in Xactimate and take a look at the square footage and see how close they are. So here's our Xactimate Mobile sketch. Now, we're actually just looking at the square footage of the siding. We're not going to worry about the wall openings right now. So we're just going to see how close we are on the square footages of the elevation surface itself. Okay, so let's go to our exterior level properties. Now we can go to variables. And total exterior wall surface is 600.53. Okay, so now let's go to our main level. Now you wouldn't want to ever sketch it like this. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube sketching elevations like this, which I think is amateur hour, because what they're doing is they drop a room on here and then they change the wall thickness to 0, and then they act like this is a elevation, which honestly, it does give you the square footage, but you wouldn't want to use this. You'd want to use the dimensioning tool. And so what we're looking at is the square footage of the floor, which is going to act as our square footage of our elevation surfaces. And so the floor area is 604.85. So between the two methods, you have a 4 square feet difference, which is really not that bad. So Xactimate Mobile is much faster. I know most of the time you're going to use Xactimate Mobile on the interior, but you can use it on exterior surfaces too. And now I get it, a lot of times you're going to have the Eagle View wall report or a hover report, but if you don't, and you have Xactimate Mobile, you can capture an exterior surface much quicker and just as accurate as hand measuring. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you in the next one.